Hi, my name is Jean and I'm one of the children's librarians at the Newton Free Library, and I'm here to chat with you about some of the books that I love that are on the going into 4th grade summer reading list. And there are 2 graphic novels I want to chat with you about specifically. The first one is called The Little Mermaid, and it's kind of a twist on the Hans Christian Andersen story that you know, and it has really awesome, beautiful illustrations. So if you like fairy tales and you like graphic novels, you might really enjoy this different twist on The Little Mermaid. And then the other graphic novel is called Real Friends, and it's by Shannon Hale, and it's autobiographical. So it's about her life growing up and how sometimes she had a best friend and sometimes she didn't, and sometimes she was part of the group and sometimes she wasn't. So she has it separated by who her best friends were. So it starts out with Adrian, and then it continues with Jenny, and it has really great illustrations, and it really goes into what can happen with girls and their friendships. And what I really love is at the back, it has actual photographs of the author when she was in 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade. So for those of you who really like realistic fiction, and maybe you're not so fond of graphic novels, I have a feeling you'd really like Real Friends. This book is absolutely hysterical, and it's called King Flashy Pants. Trouble is brewing in Edwin land, and Edwin is not an ordinary boy. He's a king with a crown, his own suit of armor, a castle with secret passages and water slides, and the most horribly evil man in the universe living next door. His name is Emperor Nerbasun, and he's permanently up to no good. He wants Edwin's kingdom for himself. So this book is chock full of awesome illustrations, and it has an awesome map at the beginning, so you get a sense of the setting and what's going on in the kingdom. And then there's a great illustration of a good castle, which of course is Edwin's castle. And then you have an illustration of an evil castle, and that is Emperor Nerbasun's. So for those of you who like the Dork Diaries and you like hybrid books where it's half prose and half illustrations, you would really like King Flashy Pants. And it's so funny that it would be a great read aloud for the whole family. The next book is Samantha Spinner and the Super Secret Plans. So for Samantha, life just isn't fair. Her Uncle Paul disappeared, and here's what he left. Samantha's sister got a check for $2,400,000,000. Her brother got the New York Yankees. Now I know it would be better if he got the Sox, but in this book he got the Yankees. And all Samantha got was a rusty red umbrella with a tag hanging off its worn handle. And the tag says, "Watch out for the rain." Well, one day, Samantha and her brother are looking at the map. She squinted to focus on what she was seeing, and to her surprise, her brother was right. There was a pattern on the inside of the umbrella. There were lines and shapes everywhere, but it was more than that. She took a closer look at things and saw that there were tiny pictures, hundreds of them. No, thousands. She could see buildings, secrets, tunnels, towers, ladders, stairs, trees, bridges, and fountains. The umbrella was a map. She recognized some of the drawings. There was the Eiffel Tower, there was the White House, there was a castle, and an elephant. So this umbrella is actually a pretty amazing item. And it turns out that RAIN stands for the Royal Academy of International Ninjas. So these ninjas are involved in a lot of art robberies and bank heists, and they might just be after this umbrella. So scattered throughout the book are little bits about things that are on the map. So this is about the very high-speed railways in the United States that connects everything. And there's also codes all throughout the book. So if you really like solving codes, if you really like mysteries, if you want a really fun brother-sister story, you like reading Samantha Spinner and the Super Secret Plans. And we also have it as a book on CD. So this is almost 5 hours. So this would be a great thing to listen to if you're on a really long car ride. The next book I'd like to talk to you about is called Wish Tree. Trees can't tell jokes, but they can certainly tell stories. Red is an oak tree who is many rings old. He is the neighborhood wish tree. People write their wishes on pieces of cloth and tie them to Red's branches. So he watches over the neighborhood, and you can say that he's seen it all. But then a new family moves in, and not everyone is welcoming. So not only is this a story about a tree, and the story is in Red's voice, there are all kinds of animals that live in the tree. And then there are 2 children in particular who live in the neighborhood. Stephen, who is a 10-year-old boy, and then Samar, who is a 10-year-old girl. And she is Muslim, which is a different kind of religion that people in the neighborhood are not used to. And not everybody is so happy about this Muslim family living there. So the tree looks like this when people have tied all their wishes on it. But then one day, this is what happens to the tree. Somebody writes on it, leave. So this is a story about what happens with Red and the 2 children, and it's called Wish Tree. So another book I'd like to chat with you about is a pup called Trouble. And Pup is actually not a dog, he's a coyote pup, and he runs away from the forest where he lives in New Jersey. And he ends up in the back of a pickup truck, which goes all the way into New York City for a farmer's market. And Pup gets out of the pickup truck and then wanders into New York City and gets on a subway. And he escapes from the subway and somehow lands in Central Park. Well, luckily, there are some friends there that help him survive in Central Park. There's a crow and a possum, a poodle, an owl, and a fox. So he lives in Central Park for a little while, but some people realize that there's a coyote living in the park, and people in New York City do not want a coyote in the park. So what is going to happen to Pup? To find out, you should read A Pup Called Trouble. And the neat thing is that it also comes as a playaway. This is a little over 4 hours, so it would be great for a long car, train, or plane ride. And if you don't know what a playaway is, I'll show you. It is a really small object. You put a battery in the top. You attach earbuds so you can listen to it. And the controls are all on the back. So somebody's reading the whole story to you. And you can check these out at the Newton Free Library. You can check them out for 3 weeks.